Okay, so this is not gonna be like a normal video. This is gonna be highly improvised because a little fun fact: while I was recording this, let's just say I did not actually get commentary. And I did a lot of stuff, and I didn't even get my own voice recorded. That was an issue with the OBS stuff, so it drove me completely crazy when it happened. So I'm gonna be overlaying my own commentary above the gameplay that you guys are seeing here, which is episode 11. So we first start usually by the usual hello, and then I honestly want to head straight to the mines because I actually have been planning something big. That is because I want to build a giant fortress, and this fortress is gonna be made out of mainly cobblestone. So honestly, I just started grinding as much cobblestone as I could. Like I wanted to fill like a full double chest full, even though I was not gonna actually fill full double chest right then and there. But just start getting all the resources prepared. And I started heading back up, started grabbing some other cobblestone that I also have collected, went right back down, and just continued on mining for like 20 minutes. I started mining the ores, and honestly, I even watched some YouTube while doing it. And I found some pretty great tutorials on like some good fortress builds, but also at some good redstone farms, which I would later realize I'm not on a version that has observers. Yeah, so fun little fact. When I was setting up the emulator and such, I chose TU31 as the first version I played. That's what we started the world on. Cool. Then when we upgraded our world, we technically went to TU46. But in that version, the reason elytras don't work, that like I found out the issue. Elytras, only were meant for flight. You couldn't actually use fireworks on them to boost yourself. And observers weren't even in the game either. So that was a bit interesting. Anyways, while I was mining though, hopefully I'm getting to that part soon. Well, go find them. Is it there? Where are they? We found something pretty good. And we found some diamonds. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm trying to like recreate the reaction, like because, this is after it all happened. So there we go. We got a good 8 vein. And you guys can see, look at me. Look how happy I am. Look at it. It's perfect, right? You can see I was very happy at this time. So, of course, I mined it. And I'm so glad it was an 8 vein, which basically made us now have over 13 diamonds. Which, by the way, I'm curious. Do you guys think that duping diamonds is technically cheating? Like, I think it's cheating, but, I had an idea for maybe episode 12 where we see what blocks we could dupe just for fun. And then, of course, I just went back to mining right after. And yeah, I just continued grinding resources for quite a while. And yeah, this could have been an entire episode. I'm just saying, like, that could have been the entire video, or it could have been an entire live stream for all we would know of just us mining resources. Also, put those diamonds in our wonderful chests so we can bring them back up later. So basically, I just started mining and just completely clearing out the mine. Now, first, this was meant to just be like a big strip mine that's going to go on for like quite a while. But no, we're like about to completely like remove all the stone from this world. Well, like, we're not actually gonna, but we did take quite a bit out when we were done. Also, I'll show you guys in episode 12 what it kind of looked like in the end, because my goodness, it was a lot. But now you guys can see it, all the progress that we kind of made. Right after though, I also started to explore some of the caves a bit, just to see if there's anything new. But then right after, I just grabbed all of those diamonds. Sorry, I'm trying to improvise a lot of this, and we went back right up to the surface. Now, if you guys could see, just right up there, we can see that it is currently nighttime, which is not good, meaning we got a bunch of creatures outside, in which I almost got ambushed by a spider. Totally not foreshadowing anything in the near future. And of course, we went to bed as usual. And honestly, most of this video is pretty chill. For the most part, everything was fine. There we go, there's our 13 diamonds. See, I can actually do math. I hope you guys are proud of me. But yeah, pretty much we mined for a bit, and most of this episode was pretty chill for the most part. At least that was what I thought. And I'll explain why I say that when you guys see it in just a little bit. Anyways, I started to, grab some of the other things and, check our resources. And I also grabbed all of our iron because we mined quite a bit of iron. We have like 54 now. Like, that's quite a bit. And we just started smelting that. And honestly, we just wandered around our base for quite a while in this video. And I try my best to cut all that out just so you guys don't get bored and such. Because to be honest, when I'm bored, I literally just run around my base for like who knows how long. Another thing I really should probably do is I really should start decorating the mansion, man. Like, it's kind of empty on the inside, plus it needs to be lit up. Anyways, we go over to the farm and we just kind of, harvested all the wheat and such. Honestly, I really wish we had some other crops right now, but the problem is we kind of don't because there's no villagers and no villages. Trust me, I explored this world and I even had to go in creative mode to see if there was a single one, even after. And I'm not talking about going to creative in this world, but I used the same seed, went to creative and just went to see if there's villages. There's not a single village. The best thing of a village that you could find was a well. There's not a single villager in this Minecraft world, which is really sad, meaning enchantment books are going to be almost near impossible. Unless we are very lucky with fishing, there's a good chance we are not going to be able to get any. And honestly, I'm going to really need mending too, because, with all of our tools and such, and with how limited the resources are on these versions of the game, we need to be very careful with how much we use. Like, sure, technically we're the only ones in this world and we tend to have like all the resources to ourselves, but still we are very limited. Also, when I was at Midway farming, I did find this creeper trying to completely annihilate my wonderful farm, and that did not make me particularly happy, so I lured him over and of course almost died, but killed him as I should. But that would not be the last I would see pesky monsters for quite a bit because, like I said, you'll have to find out what happens later. Anyways, I resumed farming, and of course, made me ruin my wonderful farmland. How dare. Anyways, continued harvesting all the wheat, and I just chilled, continued to watch YouTube for quite a bit. Not gonna lie, Cathro's got some really good videos on farms. Anyways, I also, my build world, at some point did start trying to build some farms just so I can have some good farms I can maybe build in the future. But we're not there just yet. We of course have to get all the resources for like quartz and such, but we'll get there eventually. Anyways, I just continue to plant all the resources later, and yeah, I think we were pretty good for the most part. Yeah, this is. I am. I don't even know what to say because I'm completely improvising this. I'm going off script. I didn't plan any of this. I'm just all the footage that you're seeing here. I'm now just watching and now having to narrate. Like I'd grab out a good British accent about now. Like, and as we see, the Minecrafter is of course planting his crops in his garden. He's of course having a pleasant little life. Like it's perfect. It's just perfect. And when you're a YouTuber like me, it's hard to come up with good commentary, especially when it comes to these little videos. Especially when you were technically talking in these videos. You just didn't actually have all that commentary recorded. That's practically how it is for me quite a bit. Anyways, I continue to plant all these crops, and yeah, it was nice. It was peaceful. And of course, I just got YouTube in the background, watching Mr. Beast or whatever, because why not? And yeah, this is pretty much how my life is if I'm not recording, I'm either watching YouTube or I'm doing school or playing Honkai Star Rail, because why not? But even when I'm doing like simple tasks like mining or gardening or even building, sometimes I have YouTube in the background. Even when I'm recording, sometimes I got YouTube in the background because why not? And sometimes I even just have music chilling. But, I enjoyed the piece for quite a bit. At least that was until later. But anyways, I then finished planting all those crops, and I, of course, thought I should make a chest at some point because I actually started to realize that I have so many crops, and by how many I'm going to continue to get, I really should make a couple chests just so I have a good place to store them for a bit. Because I don't particularly want to have these junk chests, like always, or having a chest monster looking at you, green. You know, I thought I would place it in the garden, but then I realized I have like no room for that, so I just placed it right over here. And of course, I just put all of the wheat and all the seeds right in there. And later, I would actually go to breed the animals because truth is, something did happen to them that got me very fired up. But I grabbed all of the rest of the wheat and seeds, and we just then moved right back and put all the wheat and seeds into the chest. Yeah, yeah. What were you expecting? What were you expecting me to do? Like I was bored, right? Yeah, I'm practically recording all this footage. Well, I'm not even recording this footage. All this really already happened. I'm just trying to commentate it. Trust me, I'm not good at improvising. Scrap some. But anyways, I went to go over to see my animals, but something doesn't feel right. The sheep are gone. There's a wolf that killed all of them. You don't know how angry that made me feel because it took quite a bit just to get those sheep. So I did what I did best, killed the wolf. Now, luckily, he left all the cows be, which is perfect because I need the cows. The cows are a priority, but the sheep, come on, man, I kind of need those. So, of course, I would get the sheep back later, but, you know, at some point. So, actually, it was right now then. So, of course, I just started luring some sheep over back into the pen. Of course, I would later start to breed them. And yeah, I really should have cut more of this footage up. I really should have. Grant, I'm tired, so I kind of can't blame myself. But, anyways, I continue to wander around quite a bit when it comes to, boredom kicking in. But an idea I did have later in the video is actually go to the nether again, even though last time we almost had some near death experiences. So, yeah, I kind of regret that now that I think about it. I kind of regret opening that stupid portal. Anyways, I started luring this other sheep over back into the pen. So, of course, we can breed them. Then, you know, then we can actually have wool. Because the truth is, I actually have a big plan for the sheep. Because these things are going to be very useful for what we're going to be building pretty soon. If you guys remember back in episode 10, or was it 9? Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those. We actually talked about building a pirate ship. That only is going to be possible if, especially when it comes to the sails, if we have wool, some actual colors to add to the sails. So we need to get those sheep in the pen. And I even got this one. Oh wait, I forgot that one didn't want to cooperate. Yeah, he just gave me like a look like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stay here. Anyways, we continue to slaughter pigs and just wander around our world because we got absolutely nothing we can do. And then I thought, yeah, you know what? I feel better. Why not we go into the nether? And yeah, we go into the nether. Fun fact, right before I entered the portal, my controller actually disconnected, which was not good. That's gonna really hurt me later. Trust me, it is. Just totally not foreshadowing anything. Just like, that controller. Yeah. Anyways, I went to the nether, and of course, I started slaying these little magma cubes, which never stood a chance, like, against my stone sword. Like, come on. But now, we're just chilling in the nether. Not a cast in sight. Everything's perfectly fine. And then I saw that fireball fly by. And I can't deflect these stupid fireballs because this is the console edition and nothing makes sense anymore. Trust me, this is my favorite version, but this is the one feature I hate with a passion, is not being able to deflect those. And then the gash is just over in the distance, just hiding itself. And then next thing you know, you got like 10 fireballs coming your way. So I thought I was safe for now, and of course, I just return back to doing what I do best. Now, of course, I try to, you know, kind of explore, just see where we are. And then another gas came by and came back and was like, nah, I'm gonna shoot you. And he comes with a fireball, shoots me. Thank goodness I blocked it. And then he hits me again. My goodness, my armor is probably close to breaking, now that I think about it. I probably should make a new pair, to be honest. And yeah. Anyways, those gas really do not like trespassers, am I right? And they kept on firing fireballs, and I just thought, hey, you know what? I think maybe let's just avoid the nether for right now if we're gonna get bullied like that here. So of course we do. And once we come back into the overworld, it's night. Of course, it's night out of all times. There's creeper there, and of course I let that thing explode. And then there's a baby zombie right behind me, who I like to call the Philza killers, the world killers, the hardcore menaces themselves. And of course I want to try and sleep, but guess what? There's monsters nearby. We cannot sleep at all because there's a stupid cave. Then a spider came on and tried to come and kill me. That's what they thought. Anyways, that bit of string that you also get from the spiders, it's gonna come in handy later. Because I actually started realizing later I actually might need a bow. Yeah, bows, especially when it comes to the nether, you always want to have one. You also want to become more prepared instead of always being in iron armor, especially in these console versions. Now, the reason I'm AFK here is not because I'm actually AFK, it's because my controller disconnected once again. My goodness, is this controller going to cause me any more pain? So, of course, I then wake up out of reality and, wake up with sorry, my brain cannot think today. My goodness. Anyways, we open our chest, check and see if there's any resources, put in all our iron. Of course, our iron finished mount, so, of course, we also made some iron tools later. I think we did. I don't know. Anyways, I continue to wander around the world and slay the spider once again. Of course, getting more string for a bow because when it comes to the nether, like I said before, a bow is 100% necessary, especially when it comes to fighting those gas. Then I didn't even notice this, but there's a creeper right outside my house. I just now realized that. So, of course, I went back to crafting, the usual. And sadly, not enough for a bow yet. Enough for a fishing rod, though. Not like the fishing rod's going to help right now, but, enough. Although, now that I think about it, fishing rod might be a smart idea for the future. And I almost was very close to going back to the nether. I was very close to, and I thought, honestly, I want to hunt for some string before I go back. And that, I don't even know what to call that. It was chaos in there. So, of course, I actually went to explore for about like 10 minutes, and then came back home. And of course, I went back to bed because night was here and all that. So, you know, you know how it is. I don't like the night, especially in these versions, because it's scary. It's dark, very dark. And monsters are very overpowered, especially in this version when you have a controller that keeps on disconnecting. So I thought it would be a good idea to overcome those fears. And also because I desperately needed strength. I didn't sleep. I stayed up and I was going to hunt spiders. So I was going to hunt monsters and get some of those resources. And one of the things I needed, like before, is I needed string badly, especially if I was going to go to the nether and kill those ghasts and other mobs, is I needed string. So I pretty much just ran around my base for quite a while, just trying to wait for stupid spiders to spawn and get me, you know, my string. Once I would have all the string, I would of course make a bow. But this is the grind. This is the grind part, and this is the part that I was kind of foreshadowing earlier because you know things are gonna about to change in this her recording is. But honestly, the mobs started spawning right after over here. All the mobs started spawning. Okay, perfectly normal. That's what I wanted. Okay, I just kept on wandering around until I found Spider. And I thought, hey, there's a spider right here. Let's get that last piece of string. There's zombies everywhere, but then my controller decides to disconnect. And I'm having a pain trying to reconnect the controller back up to the computer. And it won't work. Then a skeleton also decided to join the fight. As you guys can see, I'm spinning out of control because I am that, because my controller's going that way. Then my window's getting messed up, so you got those black bars on the top and bottom, and it was not working. And then I just watching my health slowly chip away as the spider hurts me, and I'm freaking out. And then I die. We said that we were going to try and die as much, not as much, as less as possible. Okay? We're not going to try and die almost at all. That was our goal. Okay? We were going to try and avoid death as much. We already died once to falling off a cobblestone platform, and now we just died to the monsters of this world. So I started trying to grab these stuff and try to see if I could grab a weapon, but I am like freaking out. My controller finally decided to reconnect, and if it wasn't for the skeleton killing the spider, I probably would have died. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was chaos, man. I was like freaking out. And like when I was recording, this was like at night. So like it was dark outside and I was like, I was done. The zombie tried to ambush me. Um, he failed miserably. But you know what? He tried at least, and that's okay. And then of course I killed the skeleton. And honestly, I really started to like realize that my armor was really damaged. Like after that fight and after all the fights with the gas, yeah, I'm surprised how how this isn't broken yet. So of course I try to look for the rest of my stuff if there was any, and yeah, put my pants on. I'm starting to realize, wow, they really did some damage, and yeah, and this is why I sleep as much as possible, you guys, because if I don't, I freak out, especially when it comes to night. So I decided to give the nether one last shot, especially after what just happened. After I crafted a nice fresh bow and I collected quite a bit of arrows, especially from skeletons, crafting a few of my own. So now we're in the nether and now the hunt begins. I checked to make sure everything was working and make sure my controller wasn't going to disconnect on me this time. It luckily did not, I think. So, of course, we're back, but this time I'm ambushed by the ghast. Yes, I'm not kidding. They're above me this time. They were actually smarter than me, and I almost died there. I actually can't remember this part. I almost died there, though, as I fell. I'm like 1 block away from the lava floor and losing quite a bit of good stuff. So, of course, I start using my amazing bow skills and missing every one of my shots and just panicking because I'm trying not to die as much as possible. And like, I first also grab that arrow too. And try shooting these stupid ghasts. I'll let you tell. You can tell that my aim's not that good, but I did kill him at some point. Like, there we go. Got a couple hits there. Boom. I'm so glad ghasts have like 8 health because my goodness, they drive me crazy. Of course, a fireball tried to almost hit me. It didn't though. It was right below, just right below. And I also was starting to run low on arrows, so I could not just continue raining a lot of fire on them, even though they were firing like infinite amount of fireballs at me. So I tried to get this one over here, but it was too far and there was blocks in the way. Tried to get this one also. He hit me and I didn't get a hit. At least that was what I thought. Of course, I eat up, but I actually would get a hit on him over here in just a sec. And the only way I know this is because I saw the XP drop. So I try to get the shot here. Once again, fireball hits me again, and now I'm on fire. He still is fighting me. Like, it's driving me absolutely crazy. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna cower out. We're just gonna head back to the overworld and pretend like nothing happened. Okay. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry about the, poor commentary, but, I was a bit busy this day and I wasn't able to get. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.